Hello guys and welcome to Brand X Reviews 2015. This is the first video of the year. Now, yesterday, New Year's Eve, me and Cor did a video together talking about some of the best and worst stuff of films and TV shows 2014. And we're originally going to just do it unedited and stuff like that and just upload it, but kind of had a few cock-ups, so I'm going to kind of edit it together. So you might see a few references in there where we're saying it's just like raw footage and stuff, but it's not. It's been edited together. So this is the video anyway. So hope you enjoy. Like I say, we're just talking about stuff that we kind of thought was the best and the worst, basically, of the year. And it's only based on things that we've seen, so we're not overall saying this was the best film of the year. Saying the best thing that we saw and the reasons why. So anyway, I've rambled enough there. So here's the vid. Really going to do just kind of a last minute thing. It's the Brand X Reviews Awards 2014, where we're talking about not just best film but just like a few different categories. We've got a few submissions made to us for categories, so we're going to do like a minute on this each pretty much, so I haven't really got a way to gauge that. Have you got it on your watch? Have you got like seconds on it? Lazy. Fucking look at your Right, so yeah, we'll just use that, and after a minute we're going to elaborate on an answer for a minute, and then that'll be it. So do you want to start first anyway?
Yeah, no, you start as you've got questions.
Yeah, sure. So, first one, we talk about superhero films, so we figured best superhero film. So, my answer to that one would be, well, let's have a look. Right, so here we go. My favourite superhero film of the year is there's not Superman film this year, damn it. Is Captain America 2. Simply for the reason it was a follow-up to the Avengers, and it's one of my favourite characters as well, superhero characters as well. So I'm not necessarily saying it's the best one. I know other people would probably say Guardians of the Galaxy, but to me it was my favourite one anyway. It's not like we were massively spoiled for choice, but it's pretty much my answer anyway. It did everything that we wanted it to do. There wasn't anything about it. The pace of it was really good, and it was a different direction. It was different to the first film. It was different to the Avengers film as well. Kind of did something new. It was more sort of political. And that's pretty much my answer anyway. So we don't have to fill a minute, but that's my answer within a minute. So
yeah, I mean, I would go with Guardians of the Galaxy, but it's a pretty close run race for me. I can't really think of a bad superhero film we've had this year. I mean, X-Men Days of Future Past was good. Winter Soldier was excellent as well. I mean, I really liked, I know it's the most popular answer, but I really liked Amazing Spider-Man 2. I can't think of anything that came out this year that I didn't like in that category, so Guardians of the Galaxy, just pipping it for me because it's a sort of film that I could see having appeal beyond just like fans of superhero films. I could also see it like appealing to people who like sci-fi and stuff as well, even if you're not into comics. So that's my answer.
Within a minute you did well. Cool, I'll just cover all this. Right, so the next film category, the next thing, best 3D effects. And we do tend to watch a lot of 3D films if we have the choice. It's kind of a gimmick, but we still kind of get suckered in though, so we've seen a fair share of them.
I mean, there's quite a few times we've gone like, oh god, I'd really rather watch this in 2D, and usually if we can, we do. But
yeah, but it's still good anyway.
Yeah,
I could be fairly biased in my answer anyway. Right, within a minute. My favourite 3D film, I mean, one where I was impressed was the new film Exodus: Gods and Kings. I just thought that not just during the action scenes, but all the way throughout, I kind of was aware that it was 3D, because a lot of the time you just kind of adapt to it. But I think it was filmed in such a way, and also the circumstances of the film, having it in 3D, because it's all about like miracles and stuff like that happening, and big floods and all that kind of stuff. So to see that in 3D just really kind of added to it, I thought.
What about Gravity, or was that not this year?
No, that was that would have been.
All right.
This year.
I was going to say, I wasn't sure if that was this year or last. But.
Yeah, no. So pretty much my answer anyway. So right, you go first.
Yeah, my answer. I haven't seen Exodus: Gods and Kings, so I can't really vote on that one, and I didn't see Gravity, so I can't talk on that one either. For me, I would say Amazing Spider-Man 2, because they really seem to film that with 3D in mind. It wasn't one of those films where you see it in 3D and think, well, what was the point? They've just done a few gimmicky shots and that was it. pretty much throughout the film, it just looked like they had 3D in mind when they were filming it. Just the way the films were set up, and it wasn't like every 5 minutes that somebody went at you. It's like, oh, it's coming out the screen. It was more like there were layers of things between you and like the action that you could kind of see, and it really worked quite well, I thought. So that's my answer.
Yeah, that was a good answer as well. I would agree. I haven't seen the other one. So the next one, what you wish you'd seen at the cinema.
I think we both got the same answer here, haven't we?
Yeah, pretty much. Because if there's a film I want to see, I generally did go to see it anyway. So, but to me, it was the film Interstellar, which I did see at the cinema, but I didn't see it in IMAX, and that's a big regret.
Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't realise that it was still going to be on when we went to Sheffield, and that the Sheffield place had an IMAX that was showing it.
Yeah, by which point we'd already seen it. So
yeah,
pretty much combine our response into one in this.
I wish I'd seen it at the cinema because I only saw it at the Plaza, so that doesn't count.
Yeah, the Plaza is like smaller than, you know.
I don't regret going to see it. It was a good film. I enjoyed it. Even seeing it at the Plaza, I enjoyed it.
Still, yeah, even that.
I wish I'd seen it in IMAX full experience.
Yeah, so I don't think it was one that they did in 3D. Did they both? Did they do it in 3D?
Which one?
Interstellar. I don't think they did.
No, I think
Christopher Nolan tends to not.
No, I don't think it's bothered about 3D. It's just IMAX.
Yeah. So that would have been good if it had seen somewhere. I don't know. But yeah, is that pretty much all we can say about that?
Yeah.
Next category, what you felt was a waste of time at the cinema. We'll do separate, but I think we've pretty much again got the same answer. To me, I felt it was a waste of time seeing the film Lucy at the cinema. It was kind of pitched to me, what I'd read about it was, you know, if you like Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow, the superhero, you got to go see Lucy because that's pretty much the same thing. It really wasn't. I'd seen. I mean, it was a good idea, but they'd already done a very similar concept in a film called Limitless with Bradley Cooper, and that was done infinitely better. And pretty much Scarlett Johansson. She's a good actress. She's not like an awesome epic actress, but she's good. But to me, she was just a pretty face in the film. And he was a Luke Besson one, and a lot of his films can be a bit like Fifth Element and stuff like that. Can be a bit kind of. But that was my choice. Yeah,
again, I'm going to say Lucy. It's something that I could have watched just as happily on DVD with over a takeaway, and I'd have been equally happy. I didn't need to go and see it at the cinema. It didn't bring anything to the film. Unless you were like determined to see Scarlett Johansson and like had anything to say on that subject.
Oh, fucking
no,
hell.
no, we're not doing this again. Stop it.
That was my review of the film, pretty much just me.
Yeah, like you said, Limitless did this concept much better. This was just, she's using more and more of her brain, she's getting more and more powerful. The end. There wasn't any real kind of moments of her brilliance or anything like that, or real moments where you were impressed by her power. It was like, well, she's fighting a bunch of idiots and she's getting more powerful as she does it, so they're not really a threat to begin with.
10 seconds.
Less of a threat towards the end, so...
Yeah, there's a bit where she's in her underwear, but that was pretty
No,
much
don't. Stop it! You're not Steve-O.
Right, so the next one, kind of a weird one, favourite trailer, and I think for me it's got to be Avengers Age of Ultron. I did like the Star Wars trailer, but I don't know, I'm kind of looking... I think the Avengers trailer showed us more, so that's probably why. So I think that's probably my most watched trailer, and it's the most... To me, one of the most anticipated films of next year. Maybe Spectre is probably more for me.
But we haven't really seen a trailer.
Yeah, it's a trailer.
Just like a Spectre.
Exactly. But that's my answer, Danny. So what about you?
Again, I've got to say Age of Ultron. I mean, I would say in some ways best trailer would be like Guardians of the Galaxy, because it sold me on that, but that was more last year than this.
No, that was this year.
That was this year.
First trailer.
But still, Age of Ultron followed very closely by the Star Wars trailer. Mainly because it got me interested in what these new films are going to do. It just had a whole vibe that just wasn't George Lucas, and that really sold me on it.
Yeah. No, good answer. Like your Guardians of the Galaxy answer, because that's a good point, because you weren't really sold on it until you saw it.
Yeah, I was very I don't really know about this group, I'm not sure about this. Actually, I really kind of like the trailer, even like the music, it's kind of sold me, it worked.
Yeah, no, it's
what a bunch of a-holes.
Yeah. So that's that. The next one, best soundtrack, kind of going back again, Guardians of the Galaxy, really.
Yeah, you can talk a bit longer on this, because I've kind of sat this one out. I'm not really one that pays attention to soundtracks. So.
It was just something that really kind of, I thought gave the film a legitimate link to Earth, because sci-fi films that set in space, pardon the pun, but kind of alienate a lot of people like Star Trek because it's. I mean, Star Trek is Earth related, but maybe let's say Star Wars. A lot of fans, a lot of film viewers don't like them because it's just they can't relate to it. But having that kind of music in this film really linked it, made you feel like there was an Earth connection. It kind of related to you because this is all music we grew up with. Without that link, I think kind of a lot of people wouldn't have kind of gelled with it. But that's my answer anyway. That's the sound of score. Don't know best score. I like the Winter Soldier score, but I'm really listening to a lot of the film scores this year, so that would be my answer for that. You're sitting this one.
Yeah, I'm sitting that one out because I'm not a big soundtrack person.
I did like Interstellar, the score for that. She was quite a good one, but I haven't listened to it like so. But
I must admit the music was used quite effectively during the film, but again, I'm not really sure how much I class it as a score that I'd sit down and listen to. So again, I'd say sitting that one out.
Biggest disappointment, kind of elaborating on something we talked about before, which was Lucy. It's kind of, for the same reasons I felt it was a waste of time seeing it in the cinema. It was a film that I looked forward to. Again, as I say, it's something that had been sold to me with just people that I'd respected their like reviews of it and stuff saying, oh, it's good. It's like she's like the kind of superhero, because you didn't really see much of it as a superhero in the Avengers tie-in films.
Which is ironic because she didn't really do anything that much in this film. She just keeps getting smarter and gets new powers and doesn't really do anything clever with them.
So it's one. If this was now playing the podcast, we were like, do not recommend. But
well, then again, we'd also be doing that for the good stuff as well.
Yeah, like Captain America. Oh, it was shit. You know,
that's Green Lantern. That was
Transformers 4 is where it's at. You know. Sorry, Buff. Our cameraman's a big Transformers fan.
Not the films, though. Not the films.
You know, all right.
No, not the films.
All right.
He's got too much taste for that.
even though.
Yeah, for me, I would say Sin City 2 A Dame to Kill For. I would say Lucy was a big disappointment, but I didn't really go into it with high expectations because I didn't really know what to expect. The trailer looked good. I thought, hey, I'll see it, but I didn't really have that investment. I went into Sin City 2 in a bit of an odd kind of place because I was kind of looking forward to it, but I was also a bit not really sure if I'm like gelling with this, like another film from Sin City series. And after coming out, I was like, that really didn't move me at all. I was a bit bored in parts. Even the bits that kind of worked didn't really do much for me. So, yeah, Sin City 2 or Dame to Kill For is my most disappointing film of the year. That kind of, not my worst film, but just, I had much more expectations, but I went in, not a lot happened, I came out.
Yeah.
Ironically, another close runner-up for that would be 300 Rise of an Empire, which, again, kind of similar because they're both based on kind of Frank Miller things, and I wasn't impressed with that either.
Yeah, we're out of time on that one. But yeah, no, it's a good point actually, because Sin City 2, I was a bit disappointed by that as well, so I haven't rushed out to buy it and watch it again anyway. So, but that's then we'll move on. Biggest surprise, as in kind of a reverse of the last one. So, what film actually took us by surprise? I've got a few answers for this. I was going to originally say Paranormal Activity, the marked ones. That doesn't mean I thought it was a really great film. I just thought it was a lot better than I thought it would be coming off the back of number 4, which was shocking. It wasn't scary as such, but it kind of had like a level of humour to it, and it wasn't a sequel as such. We know like how a lot of people thought it was kind of pretentious that they did that. They're like, oh no, it's a spin-off kind of thing. But I still thought it had a lot of redeemable qualities, and I found it entertaining. I've rewatched it since, and I will rewatch it again. But that's not my answer. My answer is actually Guardians of the Galaxy. Kind of what we said before. It's not something we really knew much about. We didn't have a lot of optimism. I had a lot of faith, a lot of blind faith in Marvel, but I just kind of thought, oh, this is going to be weird. It's just going to be kind of like the sore thumb. It's going to stick out like a sore thumb in this franchise. Really didn't. It was such an awesome film. I think a lot of people feel the same way. Over to you.
I don't really have much thing to add on this. I can't really think of anything that I went in thinking it was going to be bad and came out thinking it was going to be good. So
I think with this question,
certainly nothing that I could add on to what you said.
Yeah, because it's like I think if you don't think a film's going to be good, you probably wouldn't watch it. So
yeah,
some of these categories I didn't put together. They were just people who watch our like channel and stuff at work, kind of throwing questions out. So you have to move on after that.
Yeah.
Right. Number 1 film that is not as bad as everyone says. I would go with Spider-Man 2 on that one, Amazing Spider-Man 2. A lot of people slated it, and I can certainly see why. But seriously, it wasn't that bad of a film. I kind of enjoyed it. I mean, it did kind of drag a bit, and it was a mess, and the studios kind of interfered with a lot. And you can tell from the trailer, a lot of things in the trailer that kind of looked interesting that they just didn't include in the final film. Like the bit where they say that Oscorp was monitoring Peter Parker, and he's like, "Isn't that the question of the day?" Also, not in the film, so studio level with it. That's my answer anyway. So if you haven't seen it, and you're put off by people saying it's rubbish, maybe just kind of question that and give it a watch. I mean, like I said, I wouldn't say definitely watch it because you might be disappointed as well. But I liked it, and I'm not a Spider-Man fan, so I'm not biased in any way. I kind of dislike Spider-Man films with what's come before, so for me to like this film took a lot. I think that's my answer anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I'd agree with you with Spider-Man 2. I am a Spider-Man fan, so coming from the other side of that, I liked it just as much. I thought it was a really good film. I like Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. I had some issues with it, but it was still a thoroughly enjoyable film. But no, my choice would be Godzilla. A lot of people slag that off, or like the bits with like the military guy and his wife were boring, etc., etc. You don't see enough of Godzilla. I don't agree. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for what it is. I think maybe they teased Godzilla once too often, and maybe if they'd like reined it in a little bit and given you a bit more of Godzilla, people would have been a lot happier with it. But I came out thoroughly enjoying it. I've watched it again since. Thoroughly enjoyed it again. In fact, rewatching it, I didn't even feel that they teased him too much because I was kind of expecting it.
Yeah, that's good. So,
I would agree with that, by the way.
Yeah.
Godzilla.
Yeah.
See? Both has
But yeah, because I think 3D effects I was talking about before, that wasn't my top film, that would have been up there, 3D. Did you come with us to see that, Buff? Can't remember Godzilla.
No, I didn't know.
I can't remember Buff being there.
It was very good 3D effects bits of that. So, and again, I'm not a big kind of one to promote 3D, so for me to say that, it'd probably be good. Next category, best villain portrayed. Now this is something I must be careful with because I don't want to say who it is because that's like a kind of a spoiler for the film. But I'll kind of dance around it a bit. I would say from the film Gone Girl, the villain that's in that, I reckon I can see at the very least being Oscar nominated. I don't usually go for the Oscars because I think a lot of it's kind of snobbery and stuff. They only tend to be like period dramas and stuff.
Like my min on this because I don't have anything to add.
Yeah, that's fine. So, I mean, like I said, I don't want to say who the villain of the film is because I kind of give it away if you haven't seen it, and it would ruin the film, I think, if you knew that. But the person that is the villain in this really just kind of left a very creepy impression. I think where anything that I see with that actor / actress, whatever, it's not half an apple, I'm just saying. It's not RuPaul.
Yeah, it's not about the crying gay.
Yeah, but anything that I see that person in now is kind of not really tainted, but I'm always going to kind of think like, I'm just going to remember their part in this film. So that again would be mine. Like I say, my prediction is that they're probably going to get Oscar nominated. I wouldn't say they win because I don't know.
Yeah, they tend to be the stupidest possible choice.
Yeah, it's something like that. But that's what I reckon anyway. So you didn't want to answer the question.
Yeah, like I said, I'll also probably set out the next question as well, so feel free to have my minute of answering.
Yeah, best cameo. This is something that, what's his name, Jordan at work with came up with this. This is a question, and I kind of thought, I think he was thinking I was going to come up with just instant cameo. It's going to be a Jim Lee thing, into like one of his many cameos he's done. In my case, it's actually Thanos. Now it's argumentative as to whether it was a cameo because he kind of had like a role. It had like 2 scenes in the film.
Oh hell yeah, I've got a cameo actually. But yeah,
you had a cameo as well.
No, shut up. Shut up. Keep going. You've got a minute.
Brandix reviews. Yeah. So yeah, it's Thanos. I think it's a character that I've really been looking forward to seeing. I didn't expect to see as much of him in this Guardians of the Galaxy as you do. Sorry, but if you haven't seen the film yet,
you do see a lot more of him than you think.
Yeah, but I would class it as a cameo anyway, and I was very happy with what they did, CGI and everything, and his voice and the way that they dealt with the character, and also Josh Brolin that's kind of motion capture and did the voice and everything, did a really good job, and it was everything I expected as a big Thanos fan. So I think I've gone over my.
Yeah, I've also got a cameo, but I am not going to say who the cameo is because Buff hasn't seen this film yet. And also, if you haven't seen the film, I don't want to spoil the surprise for anybody. But I'm just going to say Guardians of the Galaxy, the end trailer bit. Not the dancing.
Probably knows this.
But, well, yeah, I'm not going to say it, but the bit where it goes back to the Collector and you see another Marvel character, that is my best cameo because I was like, I did not expect to see that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Do you know what we're talking about though?
Nope.
You said the word trail, I think you mean just the post-credits.
Yeah, post-credit scenes, what I meant. Not
Yeah.
sure what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's the after. There's like the into the credits thing. Well, no, it's post-logo, it's not even into the credits.
Yeah.
Where there's a dancing group that's barely, like.
Yeah, that's not the cameo I'm
That's
talking about. I'm talking about the other bit. If you've seen it,
after-
you'll know what I mean.
Right at the end, yeah. If you haven't seen it, yeah, we don't want to ruin it. But yeah, yeah. Do you not know what that is, but have you not actually heard about that?
No.
What's after?
No.
Right.
No.
That's why I'm not saying it, just in case.
Yeah.
And also because we don't know the people watching this might not have seen it
Yeah.
yet. So.
Yeah, fair play.
Just like the Gone Girl villain thing.
Yeah, good point. Right, next category, best TV show. For me, it's kind of difficult because I don't really watch TV. There's only one show.
I think we're both kind of agreeing on this that it's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's the only thing I've watched.
Initially, I was a bit. I'm not really sure I should say that because this series has been good, but it's not been quite as good as the last part of the first series. Then I thought about it a bit more and went, well, hang on, the second part of the first series was this year as well, so yeah, hands down, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
What they did, the way they tied it in with Captain America: The Winter Soldier was really good because I had reservations about the series. I started watching it, I didn't like it. I thought it could be any generic series with a claim that it's in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I mean, you get
End of series one, big time connections.
Yeah, you get Sif showing up, you get Nick Fury showing up for like quite a lot of an episode as well. And then in this series, the way it's built up to introducing the Inhumans and stuff. I mean, not the Inhumans as in the group you're going to be following around in the film, but the Inhumans as a race. It's kind of like you'd introduce mutants without necessarily introducing the X-Men.
You just have like Wolverine,
Yeah.
he's one of them. It's something we've kind of elaborated on, like kind of ad nauseum, really, in our
Yeah,
reviews.
but that's certainly been my favourite TV show, but I can't really think of any bad shows I've watched this year. I watch Arrow and Flash, which have both been quite entertaining, especially the way they tie together. They've had actual proper crossovers between the two characters, which is nice to see. My only real problem with Arrow is that they desperately seem to want to make it Batman. They've even got him fighting Ra's al Ghul at the moment.
Yeah. So yeah, that's our answers, right? I think the next one is with separate answers, so it's separately. Biggest guilty pleasure for me, and I totally understand. I'm gonna people are gonna disagree, but it's guilty pleasure. I understand it's bad. RoboCop, the remake. I know it's a bad film, I know it's a mess, but I still enjoyed it, and I liked the little things, just like the technology that was in it, some of the kind of existential side of it. It wasn't done brilliantly, but it was done, the original film didn't do that, and I thought it was good that they kind of threw that in there. It could have been done a lot better though, like I said. I mean, this isn't best film, this is biggest guilty pleasure, so I know it's a pretty bad film, but I still liked it.
I mean, I can get some of what you say about it. It's just unfortunately, for me, it wasn't enough to make it into guilty pleasure. It was annoying.
I like some of the things. I like things that a lot of people hate. I like the fact that he had like a bare hand and stuff. I love the bits where it took his armour away and it was literally just like the gunky kind of bits of. Am I ruining this for you both?
No, I've not seen the remake.
Well, are you going to watch it? I
Uh,
don't want to ruin it, but
I'll probably watch it. I'm not in a massive hurry to watch
there's
it.
the bit
But
where they take his armour off and you see all his insides and everything. You never really kind of saw what was underneath the shell of the other one, so it was kind of cool to see that. But as a RoboCop fan, it was something you've never seen before. But if you're not like that, you probably kind of agree. But that's my answer, man. So what's yours?
Originally, I was going to say Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but screw it. Even if you guys don't like it, I do. So to hell with you. It's a good show. I think my biggest guilty pleasure would be Sleepy Hollow. It's an awful show. It's a stupid show. It's got the Headless Horseman running around with an AK-47. It is stupid, but bizarrely, I'm enjoying it. I don't know why I'm enjoying it. I just am. I have no defence for this. I watch any old shit. Yes, I can't argue it when I'm talking about this. I don't know what the hell is going on with this show or why I'm enjoying it, but I kind of am.
As long as it's not a student project garbage from Dusk Till Dawn TV series.
No, it's like a property. It's like Supernatural or something like that, or Graham. You won't know who they are, but if anybody else has watched those, it's kind of like that. It's not great, but it's something that just kills a bit of time when I get in from work in the morning, so I've been watching it.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, no, that's a good answer because I never actually. I was thinking films, but yeah, I mean, biggest guilty pleasure.
Yeah, I can't really think of a film that I really liked that I wouldn't defend and say was actually good.
Yeah, because you tend to not really go see films that you're not going to like unless you're going with high expectations, which we've kind of covered in some of these categories. Last category anyway, this is a hard one. Favourite Brand X Reviews video. I don't know whether to say like best one that I had fun doing or whether just overall one that I think is the best for people to watch.
I think just which our favourite would be, I think would be the best.
Yeah,
I
think my starting now for me. I think my favourite one is the Bruce Lee one, and it's one that, ironically, it's one that I struggled with because I use a lot of clips in my videos, and you're allowed to do that on fair use as long as you're not making money, you're not taking money away from the people who own the footage. But Chinese companies just really just kind of like clamped down on it, and my video got blocked and barred. I had to re-edit it, and I really struggled to take this video on, but it's on now anyway, albeit kind of edited down. I think it was quite a good video, and I got everything that I wanted to say about Bruce Lee and all of his films in one video. It would have been nice if we could have done it more professionally, but you know, it's Brand X Reviews, my videos are brilliant, so
I've never set out for them to be, so
yeah.
hell with that.
I've had fun with other videos like the board game reviews. It's usually me taking piss out of you, so I've been editing room like in stitches just to myself, in caught, you're not going to like this video.
Yeah, you say we take the piss out of each other, but really, you're the one doing the editing, so you get the final say, you bastard.
I'm not editing this video, it's going to be raw footage because I want to get it up tonight, but that's what she said, Bella, I want to get it up tonight. But no.
Well, you know, my favourite review would naturally be the Robin of Sherwood review because you're not in it, and you know it's one of the best reviews on the site. I'm joking. I hate that review. It's shit. I wish I hadn't done it. I blame Katie for like poisoning with the. Well, you say basically too much.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going through the entire damn review, trying not to say basically, and I used it about 1 million times. Thank you, Katie. No, my favourite review would be the Halloween series that we did. It was fun to do.
Yeah, I wrote that down.
It was probably less strenuous than doing the Star Wars reviews because that just burned me out.
I don't know, it was strenuous when I.
Yeah, we can do without that. Thank you. Keep the bowels under control. But no, just doing like a series of reviews that we wanted to talk about, and especially getting to talk about Ghostwatch. It was fun.
That was
I enjoyed that.
Good plan for a long time. So. I had quite a few views compared to the others. I think that was the most watched of the Halloween series we did. Granted, like I say, it's Brand X Reviews. Brand X means it's the shit version. You know, like we watched this brand of clothes with Daz. This brand of clothes, Brand X. It's the shit brand. So we know that our videos are brilliant. So I think when we did them, and it had I think 100 views or something like within a short amount of time. So that's good for us anyway. Those are all the categories anyway. I think we should do this like every year pretty much. Like end of every year, just do like a thing and have different categories. I didn't plan this by the way, it's not as good as it could have been with the categories that we had. But quite a few of our followers kind of contribute to some ideas within a short.
So I think our favourite cameo should have been Buff appearing in the background of this video.
Buff is in this video. He's holding the camera. How long have we been filming for, Buff?
About 27 minutes.
That's not bad. I'll have to upload it. I'll probably take a while to upload.
Right, well I think we should wrap it up here with Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. We're going to be here on January 1st with the Back to the Future 2 game review because it's going to be 2015, so that's the future. That's hence I'm kind of wearing a t-shirt. Review's nearly done, so it's going to be ready for tomorrow, January 1st, so check back. I can't say Brand X Reviews because I'm not editing this, it's just going to go up in raw footage, so maybe I should write it down and just kind of show it in front of the screen. I don't know. Well, that's it anyway, so yeah, as you say, Happy New Year, and we'll see you in 2015. You can finish recording now, Buff.